Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video with Camper Careless. Today I'm going to be doing a summary over Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a very good book. I recommend y'all all should read it. Before we get started, y'all should know what an asset and liability means. An asset is something that puts money in your pockets, and a liability is something that takes it out. So let's get started. There's 9 chapters. Okay. So chapter 1. The book takes place in Hawaii, where Robert lives with his family. In this chapter, we see Robert and his best friend Mike trying to make money after being told by one of their classmates that they were poor and couldn't come to his birthday party. That day, that comment there lit a fire in those boys. After that, they were determined to make money. They tried making coins and cents from lead toothpaste tubes, which they later found out was illegal. Making money for anybody besides the government or banks. Then they went to go learn about money from Mike's dad, who Robert would come to recognize as his rich dad and his biological dad as his poor dad. Robert is the main character. His name is Robert Kiyosaki. In chapter 2, we go further into the backgrounds of Robert's fathers. One of the differences between the two is the way they view money. Poor dad had a PhD, while rich dad didn't make it past the 8th grade. Poor dad was a school teacher, while rich dad went on to become one of the richest men in Hawaii and many different businesses. Chapter 3. In this chapter, Rich Dad breaks down the difference between, why the rich get richer and the poor stay poor. To start off, the rich buy assets and the poor buy liabilities. In the beginning of the video, I told y'all what both meant. Another difference between them both is their mindsets and their attitude towards money. The rich view money as something that it isn't real, and the poor, the opposite. Seeing money as something that isn't real is like what keeps them ahead of everybody else, ahead of the rat race, ahead of the middle class, the poor, all of them. Chapter 4. In chapter 4, Robert talks about running a business and all you will need, and that will help him make it successful. So first, to start off, he tells us things such as accounting, financial literacy, investing, understanding markets, tax advantages, financial IQ, and you must know section 1031 of Jargon's Code. Chapter 5. Often in the world, it's not the smart who get ahead, but the bold. In this chapter, Robert goes over the Great Recession and how it was the best time to invest in real estate and properties. Prices were cut in half and were at their lowest in history. People were basically looking to give away their properties and houses at that time. Chapter 6. Chapter 6, Robert is being interviewed by a journalist, and she wonders why he's a best-selling author. And she's a best-selling writer, even though he never went to school for literature or any of that. He's a salesman. Robert often wondered why people are never given enough credit for their work or craft. Chapter 7. The primary difference between the rich and the poor is how they manage fear. They also talk about overcoming obstacles. It talks about how many people doubt themselves and how they don't take risks due to them being scared of losing money. That is what sets them back from achieving success. Chapter 8. In Chapter 8, Robert gives us plenty of info to improve our lives, such as planning ourselves first. For taxes, our lives, such things as paying ourselves. Let me rephrase that. paying ourselves first before taxes and others. He tells us that doing this will drive us to work harder and make more money. This is to discipline you so that you don't go into your savings and help increase your financial literacy. Chapter 9. In this chapter, Robert goes over his 10 rules. Number 1, experience makes you smarter. Number 2, the more you give, the more you receive. Number 3, change the way you think. Number 4, focus. Number 5, hard times brings new opportunity. Number 6, design your business properly. Number 7, know what you are working hard for. Number 8, don't be afraid of losing. Number 9, aim to acquire assets. Number 10, stop saving money, hedge it. Thank you. Bye.